Hey, what's up guys? So today we're going to be going over Gizmek Mikoto, the Cut-Thrown Cyclone Canine, which is a new card. I'm going to do this one in a Yu-Gi-Oh! Pro format because there's a lot of rulings and specific things that I do need to go over because a lot of people are kind of having misconceptions on how this card works. So let's go ahead and hop right into the effect and I'll show you the interactions and how good and powerful this card can be. So first off, this is Gizmek Mikoto, the Cut-Thrown Cyclone Canine. It is a wind machine level 6 with 2150 attack and 2150 defense. And it says if you have 6 or more banished cards, you can normal summon this card without tributing. You can only use each of the following effects of Gizmek Mikoto, the Cut-Thrown Cyclone Canine, once per turn. If the card is normal or special summon, you get to discard one monster to add one monster from your deck to your hand whose attack equals its own defense, except for Gizmek Mikoto, the Cut-Thrown Cyclone Canine. And then the other part says if this card in the monster zone is destroyed, you can shuffle 6 of your banished cards into the deck. So first off, very important thing over here, since we're dueling against myself, I can actually view my deck. I do happen to have Gren Maju as a target over here, and I want to show you guys, you cannot search Gren Maju. The first misconception is that because it's question mark attack and defense, they're the same, right? It doesn't work like that in Yu-Gi-Oh! It actually has its own category. It's not even considered 0. You can't UFO turtle into this. You cannot go from like Mystic Tomato into the Fortune Ladies. It doesn't work because question mark is still considered unknown in the game. So let me go and show that off, and then we'll go over to the other great targets, as this is a very powerful card. So first off, let's go ahead and summon, of course, the card. We'll activate its effect over here to go ahead and be able to get rid of a card, and I'll show you, you do not have the ability to select Gren Maju as a target. Now, another thing that I wanted to mention is 0/0 still counts as the same. There was a couple people arguing on that, but the main thing was a lot of people thought you can search out either Millions or Gren Maju, and because they are question mark, that doesn't work. Now, the next part of the effect is, does it work on face downs? Because remember, you're going to be able to shuffle 6 of your banished cards into the deck. So I'm going to go ahead and just keep on ending until we go ahead and draw right into the Dark Hole, which should be relatively soon anyways, as this deck didn't have 60 cards anyways. We can go ahead and duality, see if we can go ahead and hop right into it. All right, unfortunately not this turn. But yeah, this is a card that I think a lot of people will be excited to kind of try out and see how it goes. And also, I guess we will also check out the interaction with the extra deck, as those are technically still cards that we can mess around with. So we'll go ahead and use that extravagance. We'll go ahead and draw some cards. It doesn't really matter how many we banish out of here because we're just really looking to get that Dark Hole, which hopefully we'll get. Okay, here we go. Dark Hole. Now, the question is, does that second part let us go ahead and shuffle those banished cards that are considered, these are all face down in this case over here. Obviously face up, we don't have to argue about that, right? So the next argument is this. We'll go ahead and add that effect. We'll go ahead and add that effect. We will not chain anything else to it. So we'll go ahead and select some of the extra cards. We'll select, let's say if you're playing Gren Maju, you'll probably want to put back like Gren Majus, right? And then we can just put back another card and see if it does work, and it does work. Okay, so there we go. That's the effect that I wanted to specifically go over because, again, a lot of people were arguing on what did and did not work because a lot of times with the newer Yu-Gi-Oh! Cards, you're unable to interact with banished face-down cards, which is, of course, what Desires does. But in this case, we can interact with them, even though it doesn't specify on it. A lot of times, again, the newer cards just don't let you do it. Like Primal Seed and some older cards allow you to do it. But I also want to go ahead and go over other great cards because this could see some play in some other decks that aren't specifically Gren Maju, although that's the card that most people will be utilizing it in. Remember, you cannot search out Gren Maju or either Millions. Now, other cards like Infernoid Nunku could be a target. Valor can be another target. It's more generic over here, or even DD Crow. And I was thinking in Dinosaurs, I mean, outside of like, you do technically banish a decent amount in Dinosaurs as well. You can actually search off Baby Ceratosaurus, Petite Pterodon. You can even go for Magician's Souls, or Dinosaurs have a lot of targets, which was actually quite a surprise over here. I mean, technically dinos, I've seen them play Desires, I've seen them play Extravagance too, so it's just literally one card, and then you have that summon, and you can discard that card, which usually, well, the miscellaneous source, it doesn't really matter anyways, and then being able to search out that card, that's actually quite huge, and I think that maybe someone will figure out a really cool build with dinos, Gizmek dinos. But anyways, yeah, guys, that is the new Gizmek Mikoto, the Cutthroat Cyclone Canine, as well as the rulings and how the card can and cannot work. Mostly it was just the banished one that I wanted to go over. I know a lot lot of people were arguing again with the question mark attack, but there it is, guys. Anyways, hopefully you guys enjoyed it, and let me know, guys, what you think of this format. If there's like a card with rulings, I'll try to make these instead of just going over the effect and then telling you guys it, because sometimes no matter what I do, the people will be like, no, it's not how it works, and then there'll be people arguing in the comment section. But now we know exactly how it works. So it works on Banish, and you can't search out Gren Maju. But anyways, thank you so much, guys, for tuning in. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. If you did, drop a like on it. If you are new here, make sure you guys subscribe and turn on that bell so you don't miss out on more new Yu-Gi-Oh cards when they get announced, as well as new Yu-Gi-Oh rulings. And if you guys want to send me any gameplay of this and other decks, I would love to see, again, a dinosaur deck would be pretty cool with this. Like I said, you can search out all 3 of these. But anyways, I'll catch you guys next video. Have a good one. I'm out. Peace.